Hi, welcome to Michelin King. This is the next instalment that we're going to look at today, which is the Feliciana. What we're going to cover is how to apply the car wax. Now, what you can see here is our new touring kit. The touring kit is essentially the car wax of your choice in 200ml or 50ml, and also the shampoo, with the addition of the quick detailer as well. The touring kit for Feliciana comes in at £217. That gives you, as we mentioned, the flight case, the pH neutral car shampoo, the wax rejuvenation, and also the Feliciana as well. This is also available in a 50ml size. That brings the price down to £115. You can of course buy the wax separate to the touring kit. The Feliciana in its 200ml guise is available for £170, and for the 50ml, which is the smaller size, is the £68. Start off with, pop the lid aside. Now get your applicator pad here, and this is a relatively oily wax. We've probably got about 14-15 degrees at the moment, and it's still relatively oily, so what that tells me is try to use the least amount as possible to cover the panel. So we just start with a simple double wipe across. Now I'll try and adjust the camera here so that you can see that quite well. Obviously the wax is there, not on this side. Good way is just to pull it across like that. You can see that's slightly lighter. Now, best way to start is obviously just right onto the panel. I'll show you how we go about doing that as well. What you want to do is take your applicator, one twist to the left, one twist to the right. Just ensures even coverage. It's just as simple as lines up and down the way to start off with. It's very, very light pressure. Obviously this is a wax, not a polish, so you're only coating the paintwork. You don't need to work this product in. And then opposite direction, up and down. Again, this is just for even coverage. What you would ideally want to do at this point is get down close to the panel and just assess how much wax you've actually put on there. You want just enough to cover the paint. You don't want to layer it on at this early stage. But the process that we've showed you here, by one twist left, one twist right, that is absolutely ample for a panel of this size, which is roughly 40 inches in depth here. We're looking about 10 inches across. A foot squared is a good size to work on. It's a good size to familiarise yourself if it's a new product, because you've not done the whole car and then realise there's maybe too much or not enough on. So we always say start with a small section first, perfect your technique there, and then move on to the rest of the car. So I'm happy with the amount of wax that we've put on here, but if you feel you've applied too much, take the part of the applicator which hasn't got any wax on it, and again, very lightly, bear in mind this hasn't got any wax on it, just skim over the top, and that will help remove any excess wax. You want to do it light enough that you don't remove the wax from the paint completely, but heavy enough that it does still remove some of the excess. You can see here that there's very little. There's a slight colour change, but there's very little there. So that's near enough a perfect wax application on this area here. Now that we've let approximately 15 minutes pass, what I've done is the famous finger test or swipe test. Essentially what you do, obviously just make sure your hands are free of any contaminants, that they're washed, they're clean, and you just gently, very very gently, go over the top of the car wax. What you should be able to see if the wax has cured is that you are through to the paintwork. What happens if the wax isn't cured is that there's a slight, what I'm looking at just now can only be described as a slight colour change. The wax that is still curing is slightly darker, and the swipe test has highlighted a slightly lighter colour. Feliciana's qualities are silver shimmer and hydrophobic. Silver shimmer is hopefully what we will be able to capture on the camera. These things are quite difficult because your eyes are obviously a much higher, better resolution than a camera can be. So what we'll also hopefully be able to capture here is there should be a light gloss. You should be able to see the metallic quite clearly, and you should get a sharp reflection. These are all characteristics which you would expect with Feliciana, typically because it is a slightly higher T1 carnauba, and also being one of our Artisan blends, it's produced in such a manner that we choose specific characteristics essentially for varying waxes. As you can see here, we've got some really nice beading. You can actually have some fun with this. You can push the beads along, separate them out. I'm sure as enthusiasts we've all done this, but as you can see, absolutely great. Beads are nice and tall, which indicate that we've got some, actually just got a bead there rolling off, so it indicates that we've got some really nice protection down there. Always a good sign, especially up in Scotland where all the waxes are made, that the rain doesn't like the paintwork. As you can see, yeah. It's also a great indication that the wax is cured properly. You tend to find that waxes that haven't cured won't bead as well. This isn't essentially an overly fair test to the wax, because ideally you do want to leave it for an amount of time to completely harden. What we did when we removed the wax is it was ready to remove, but it would still take an amount of time to truly harden. So you might find that the beading actually improves over the next 24 hours as the wax completely cures on the car.